Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and we all know that Ahmed Best got a lot of shit that he did not deserve when he played Jar Jar Binks in the prequels for Star Wars. I don't think that he should have gotten any of the shit that he just, that went his way. It wasn't his fault how, Jar Jar Binks was portrayed. Like, I don't really condone anyone, going after anyone, but, if you guys felt the need to have so much anger being directed towards anyone for how Jar Jar Binks was portrayed, then you guys should take it out with none other than George Lucas, because he created this movie. Which even then, sure, be critical about George Lucas of how he some of the decisions he's made in the prequel, sure, and if you want the original trilogy, sure. But I also don't think that George Lucas deserved as much hate as he got either. Especially unlike the sequel trilogy, he actually had a plan from start to finish with both of the trilogies that he worked on. Sure, there were a few things that could have been better, but at least you can say that George Lucas had a plan for the prequels and the original trilogy, unlike Disney for their sequels. And yes, that was supposed to be a punch, shot towards this Disney. Anyways, so when I saw Ahmed Best come back in to Star Wars in Mando Season 3 as the Jedi who saved Grogu, I was like, Jar Jar! Yes! I saw that episode twice in a row, practically, just to support Ahmed Best. And I really hoped, and it seems like from what I've seen, he has gotten a lot of love. But I was so hoping for Ahmed Best to get the love that he deserved for being Jar Jar Binks. I mean, that he deserved in Star Wars when he should have gotten in Star Wars as Jar Jar Binks. And like I said, now it seems like it has the love that he should have had in the first place now. And I'm so happy for him. I know it got so bad where he contemplated off himself, which I'm so happy he didn't. I think Ahmed Best definitely deserved way more love than he got in the when the prequels were around. But so I'm really happy for him. But let's get to see why he was brought back into Star Wars, shall we? Despite the terrible backlash that he got from playing Jar Jar in the prequel era. The Mandalorian Season 3 finally showed how Grogu managed to survive Order 66 and the Purge of the Jedi Temple, and in doing so brought back Star Wars veteran Ahmed Best. Best was best known for his role as Jar Jar Binks in The Phantom Menace, and though he did a fantastic job in his creative and clumsy portrayal, Jar Jar went down as one of the most divisive characters in Star Wars history. Nevertheless, The Mandalorian gave Best another chance at the Star Wars character by letting Kelleran Beg be the one to save Grogu, one of the franchise's most beloved babies. Despite his bad experience with backlash from the prequels, Ahmed Best returned to play Jedi Master Kelleran Beg in the children's game show Star Wars Jedi Challenge, well before his character was introduced in the Mandalorian. Nicknamed the Saber Hand, Beck was one of the foremost Jedi who supervised and taught younglings at the Jedi Temple. While there had been plenty of theories floating around as to how Grogu survived, Kelleran worked perfectly as Grogu's savior, given his experience with Padawans and younglings. Why Lucasfilm brought Ahmed Best back for Mando Season 3 show? That's the big question of the day for this video. The Mandalorian showrunner knew the question of who saved Grogu was a big one to answer. Speaking to Disney Plus, speaking in Disney Gallery, the making of The Mandalorian Season 3, Dave Filoni explained they wanted Grogu's savior to be someone who was in the family at Lucasfilm. Ahmend Best was the perfect candidate for since Filoni knew he was someone that has been out there representing Star Wars. Furthermore, Jon Favreau described telling the Order 66 subplot in small chapters, which suggests more Grogu and Kelleran Beck flashbacks will appear in The Mandalorian Season 4. According to Favreau, in the making of The Mandalorian Season 3, another reason why they chose to include Ahmend Best was because of his martial arts training. Given that Grogu was one of the few survivors of the Jedi Temple Purge, it makes sense how his savior needed to be a Jedi, powerful and skilled enough to take down waves of clone troopers. As the saber hand, Kelleran is able to survive where countless other Jedi fell, and Ahmend Best brought the skills needed to believably save Grogu. I think, besides getting like small doses of Kelleran Beck saving Grogu, I think we should get a miniseries. Right? Guess getting like the flashbacks is great and all. I'm not exactly opposed to that. But like, I think it would be cool. It like, if we kind of ditch the whole like flashbacks of Mando Season 4 and get like this miniseries of how Kelleran Beck, like a 6-part miniseries. And yes, it's like one of the few times where I say, okay, 6-part may be doable. Where like Kelleran Beck, we see like Kelleran Beck like maybe before the Jedi Purge, and then like after the Jedi, like then through the Jedi Purge, leading up to him saving Grogu. Of course, reusing some of the same scenes that we got in Mandalorian Season 3. And then, like, so it says what happened shortly after Order 66, and how, like, does Kelleran Beck survive? How did Kelleran Beck and Grogu depart from each other? And is Grogu's memory being hazy around that time hazy because Kelleran Beck did that as a safety precaution for Grogu's safety, so like nobody would expect that he is a Force user or a former Jedi? Like, we could easily get all that answered in a miniseries. Kelleran Beck, a Star Wars story. I think that could be a very interesting miniseries. And then, by the end of the miniseries, we could always get, like, jump cut to, like, Dr. Pershing, or whoever is still Grogu for the Empire. Like, still Grogu, or, like, maybe it could, like, the final scene could be, like, the moment when Grogu and Mando meet for the first time. In Mando Season 1. Like, reuse that scene. It's like, yeah, all of this essentially leads to this, kind of reminding us a bit, you know? I don't know. There was probably, like, better ideas, but that's the best I got. But still, just explaining how Kelleran Beck, like, what was Kelleran Beck doing a little bit before the Jedi Purge, and then during the Jedi Purge, leading up to, like, the rescue of Grogu, and then what did Kelleran Beck do, like, shortly after Order 66, and does he survive? That could be some questions that could be answered in the miniseries, besides doing all these, like, 2-minute flashbacks. But it could also, I guess, if they do it right, it could work into the flashback. Who knows? Anyways, sorry. Lucasfilm made the right call bringing back Ahmend Best. Overall, Lucasfilm's decision to give Ahmed Best another chance at Star Wars was the highlight of The Mandalorian Season 3. According to Best, in the making of The Mandalorian Season 3, he never thought he would be back in Star Wars after how badly Jar Jar Binks went over. To him, the chance to portray a new Star Wars character was unreal. And while some of may have been disappointed to see their various theories on who saved Grogu dispelled, others are thrilled at the fact that Mandalorian is finally giving Ahmed Best the Star Wars recognition he deserves. And I'm happy about that. I'm really, really happy about that. I remember hearing one theory that somehow Mace Windu survived and he was the one who rescued Grogu. But if Mace Windu did survive the whole pouching fight, then that they would have that will create a big question on what the hell was Mace Windu doing throughout the original trilogy. Why didn't he help the rebels when he could have and should have? So I'm happy that it was wasn't Mace Windu. I'm honestly happy it was Ahmed Best Star Wars YouTube show character. I do think Ahmed Best deserves way more love than he got from when he originally made Star Wars. I mean, Jar Jar Binks was in Star Wars, and the fact that he gets a second crack at it, I'm really happy for him. I'm genuinely happy for him. He seems like a really cool dude. I would love to meet him just so I can not only shake his hand, but give him a hug. Cause like I said, he did not deserve the hell that supposed fans put him through. And I say supposed fans because no fans would be attacking an actor for how the character that they're portraying is going. If you're attacking the actor for how their character is, then you're not a real fan in my opinion. If anything, if you're going to critique anyone, it should be the person who's making the movie who came up with the character, pushing the character in a certain direction. And I feel so bad for not only Ahmed Best, but people like Jake Lloyd, who Kelly Marie Tran, who I feel like people attacked those three actors for their disappointment said characters, Rose Tico, Jar Jar Binks, and young Anakin Skywalker, when it should have been the criticism should have been towards George Lucas and Rian Johnson, as some people say. So do I think Ahmed Best deserved the hate he got when he was Jar Jar Binks? Hell no. Am I happy that he is able to be in Star Wars as the Jedi Master Caloran Beck, who's nicknamed the Saberhand? Hell yeah. Ahmed Best deserves this. He deserves nothing but love. And I really do I really am happy for him. He deserves like I said, I love it. And even I just I'm hungry to see more of this, Hillary Beck. And now and this is probably despite the fans who attacked him when he was Jar Jar Binks. Caloran Beck is my favorite, amongst my favorite Jedi. He's in the top 10, not 10, top 5 of my favorite Jedi. Luke Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, Caloran Beck. Just to just as a middle finger to the fans who attacked Ahmed Best when he was Jar Jar Binks. But what do you beautiful people have to say? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. I will talk to you fellow mutants later.